So in this video, we're going to be reviewing Leadbay and comparing it to Leadloft to see which prospecting tool is best for your team. Let's get into it. So this is Leadbay, and essentially the way it works is you hop in their dashboard, you can go over to, I believe it's data, go to data, you can add data sources, and I'll upload a demo file real quick. There we go. Now it maps the fields for you, and then you have to basically tell it, is this a wish list of customers you want to achieve? Is this customers that you've lost or won? Then click submit your status. That's going to go out and try and find companies that are similar to this. For the most part, there's a limitation there just because it's going to be searching for company size or location for the most part, or maybe even just industry. So there are some limitations, but it is pretty simple if you're just looking to prospect or pull some leads that are similar to a list that you already have on hand. So just give it a moment here. We'll click continue, and it will take its time to actually build this out. So there we go. It says 100%. I'm not sure. All your leads have been imported. Okay, there we go. Now it's building out a list for us. And that's essentially how it works. From here, you just have a list of companies that you could potentially get in touch with. So pretty straightforward. So you can add contacts manually, but it won't pull contacts for you automatically. So there obviously are some limitations here. It's just finding companies, nothing else. It's not pulling any contacts, et cetera, et cetera. So it's useful, but there's obviously tons of limitations here. If you have a massive annual contract value, this could be great. But when you compare this to Leadloft, I'd say, it really just is very limited. There's not a large feature set here. If I hop into Leadloft, for example, I can go to playbooks, go to new playbook, and go to our AI prospector. Let's just say, we're looking for founders of tech companies located in San Francisco with 1 to 10 employees, founded within the last 3 years. There we go. We'll continue here. It's going to build the audience in the background. And now we actually needed to build the playbook. And we can do that by hand or with AI because Leadloft's actually going to run outreach, right? So let's do an outbound lead gen playbook. We're just going to create this template. And I'll just say, we help companies streamline sales and generate revenue more easily. And then you could probably come up with a better pitch, but for all intents and purposes, this works well. So now it's going to generate an entire playbook for us. So email steps, LinkedIn steps, etc. So let's just give it a moment here. And there we go. It opens up with Bounce Shield, which can verify catch-all or unverifiable emails. So this verifies for us internally right now with a 99.6% accuracy rate. So we have about a 0.4% bounce rate, which is super low. A lot of companies have 3% plus. You can see it's personalized to the first name, the company name, etc. There's calling steps because Leadloft can find phone numbers for contacts. There's email steps, LinkedIn steps, etc. We'll go ahead and click Use Playbook. And now the way this really compares to Leadbay in terms of prospecting is when you click Start Playbook here, the AI prospector will go out and go contact by contact, company by company, seeing if they do in fact match your description here. If they do, we'll find their contact information in real time, meaning their email and phone number, verify it. And if you want an extra step of more powerful email verification, you can use Bounce Shield. And of course, once we verify that email information, we'll start enrolling them in this playbook. So we'll start engaging them across email, across LinkedIn, etc. And all of that happens automatically in the background. So when you compare it to Leadbay, it's good for finding companies that are similar to maybe your current customers, etc. That's really all it does. It's very, very limited. Leadloft can prospect automatically for you, find contact information for contacts, and obviously run outreach. And what's really cool with Leadloft is you can actually update the deal stage automatically. So if they respond, you could say they responded. And if they give you a negative response, you can say, hey, mark them as not interested. So that positive response will say responded, negative, not interested, maybe a no reply, just no response. And from there, click save. Again, when you're ready, just click start playbook. And I'd say the really cool thing here is Leadbay is just a very simplistic tool. It's just telling you leads that you could go after. Leadloft actually goes beyond just the prospecting and the outreach. It also can track those deals, right? I mentioned updating the deal stage here, but hop into the pipeline. When people do reply to you, not only will they appear in your inbox where you can hop in here, reply to them, draft messages, etc., but they'll actually also show up in your pipeline where you can track them. You can move them around here. I guess what's one of my favorite features within Leadloft is our follow-up status. You can see some of these deals are marked follow-up. So if you forget to follow up somebody, you can just hop into your CRM, click follow-up, and then just see everybody that you need to follow up with. So when you think about it, the AI prospect goes out, runs leads, does prospecting outreach for you, generates the leads, they show up in your inbox, and obviously Leadloft just tells you who to follow up with. So it's really simple, really easy to use. And I guess when it really comes down to it, I think Leadloft's just infinitely superior to Leadbay, which is just, it finds some lookalike companies, but that's really just it. So hopefully it's helpful. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me or my team. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.